Hi everyone! So a couple of weeks ago, a work colleague told me that she thought I might be addicted to my mobile phone. And my reaction was to say, no I'm not. And then last night there was an incident that's made me realise she might have had a point. You see, I had been to a pub quiz with Leslie and her mum, and I came back on a bit of a high because we won. So I had extra cash in my pocket and I was feeling pretty brainy. And then I opened my handbag and my phone wasn't there. Immediately, the cogs in my brain started to turn. Maybe I left it on the table in the pub. Maybe I took it off the table and carried it to the pub toilet when I went to the loo before we left. Maybe it's still on the toilet floor. Maybe someone's stolen it. Maybe someone has taken all my bank details off it. Maybe someone has decided to clone me and live my life. Why would you do that? Anyway, I did the sensible thing and I went back down to the pub and, in a completely rational and calm manner, asked if anyone had seen it. Has anyone handed in a phone? A phone, an iPhone, it's a little glittery case. Has anyone handed in a phone? Has anyone handed in my phone? But when they told me that nope, nobody had handed in a phone, and when I searched the table we'd sat on and the toilet floor and everywhere I could think to look and still not found it, mild panic may have begun to creep in. No! It's not here! What? I came home in something of a flap and realised as I drove home that basically my entire life is on that mobile phone. I do all my online banking on that phone. All my social media accounts are on that phone, including the social media accounts I run for Chorus and other things that I do. All the important photos and videos I've taken recently are on that phone. Are you starting to see a pattern emerge? Thankfully, when I got home, I remembered that I also have an iPad, and on that iPad, I could track my iPhone's whereabouts. So that's what I did. And that's when I thought, why would my phone be moving along the A39 from Wadebridge to Camelford? I'd left it in Leslie's mum's car. So, like a totally normal person, I just sat and watched the Find My iPhone app as the little image of my car got closer and closer to where Leslie lives. And obviously at the same time, I went onto Facebook and messaged Leslie in a completely non-panic. When Leslie got home, she immediately messaged me back and was like, don't worry, I've got your phone. I've even put it on charge for you. I will look after it. It's fine. You can come and pick it up tomorrow. Which was all great, except one of the other things I realised I used my phone for is an alarm clock. And I didn't have an alarm clock that I could use to get me up for work this morning at 5:45 a.m. So I had to borrow my mum's iPhone, and consequently, even though it's the same make of phone, I lay in bed most of the night, awake, staring at the ceiling, thinking, well, I can't go to sleep, because what if that alarm doesn't go off? Spoiler, it did. As did my phone alarm, which was also set for 5:45 a.m. and which woke up Leslie. Normally in the mornings, I set my alarm for 15 minutes before I have to get up. So for example, this morning I had to be up at 6, so my alarm was set for 5:45. The way I kill that 15 minutes of time before I get up is generally by checking social media, reading any news stories, and sort of waking up my brain and feeling like I'm part of the world before I get out of bed. But of course this morning I only had my mum's phone and I couldn't check any of my social media or emails or YouTube, so I just sort of lay there staring at it. I don't want to read my mum's emails. That would be rude. What am I supposed to do? I also use my phone as music in the car, so I drove to work in silence, and I drove home from work in silence, and I drove all the way to Camelford, where Leslie lives, in silence. Yeah, it turns out I think too much, and I can hear my own thoughts without music, and that's not anything anyone ever needs. Obviously, when I arrived at Leslie's, I greeted my phone in a completely normal, calm manner. I'll never leave you again. And that's when I started to realise maybe, just maybe, there's a small chance I'm a little bit addicted to my phone. I think the thing is, they always say you don't know what you have until it's gone. And when I thought my phone was lost, I panicked quite badly and really realised how attached to it I am. So attached that unusually for me, it's spent most of the day since I picked it up from Leslie's in my back pocket, where I can constantly feel its presence. That sounds weird. I want you to know I'm taking no pleasure from it. God, now I've made it weirder. I'm gonna end this video and just stop talking. Are you a little bit addicted to your mobile phone? Maybe it's something we all need to admit to, or is it just me? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to go and just stare at it some more because I can, because it's here and it's mine. Hooray! If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you would like to subscribe to this channel, you can click on my floaty head, and if you go over here, you can see last week's video. Take care everybody, and please, please, always keep hold of your mobile phone. Talk to you next week. Bye!